In this video, you are going to learn how to open a photo from Lightroom in Photoshop, use a levels layer adjustment, crop your image, and save. So let's get started. So here we have a photo on a light colored background. The exposure is a little off. Our subject is looking dark and our background is looking a little dark. So we are going to adjust this using Photoshop. Let's go ahead and open the picture in Photoshop. So what we'll do is right click on the image, edit in Adobe Photoshop. Photoshop will then launch and open up our image. And because we're going through Lightroom, Lightroom will know and have a copy of this picture. So here we have our Photoshop workspace. We're going to go ahead and make sure we're in the photography workspace. So up in the top right corner, we're going to click on our workspace and select photography. If you have library selected, go ahead and click on adjustments so the adjustment panel is available. You should also see down below we have layers panel selected, and we'll see our histogram. So to change the exposure on this, we are going to use levels. If you go on the top layer of our adjustments, those are all pretty much exposure related until you get to vibrance. Here on levels, you're going to click that once, and you'll see that a levels layer pops up in your layers panel above our photograph. You'll also see what you recognize as a histogram. To adjust our exposure, we are going to move the sliders over. So we actually want our histogram and our values to start where the values start here. So we're going to take our highlight slider and slide it to the bottom of that mountain or hill. And you'll notice that our normal histogram slides over when we do that. We can probably even shift it over just a little bit more. You can use your middle slider for the midtones. And then this would be our shadows one. To see a before and after of our just slight adjustment, we can see it's a little bit darker, and then we slid our highlights over our white point, and now it's a little lighter. Easy peasy. The next thing we're going to do is crop our image. So we're going to use our crop tool, which is C on the keyboard. We're going to crop it to a specific aspect ratio. So say we want to do a 5:7 for this one. So you're going to select 5:7. This one is rotated vertically. So I'm going to change it horizontally, but I just want you to, in your own, change it to a 5:7 aspect ratio and crop it how you would like. Usually you actually want your eyes of your subject on the top rule of third. So I'm just going to use that, crop in a little, and then to apply our crop, you can hit the check mark. Now, if you're not sure if you want to crop this again later, I would go ahead and uncheck delete cropped pixels. Otherwise, it's going to throw away all the information here that is grayed out. So if you might want to change your crop and you want to save that information, which is what I recommend, you're going to uncheck that delete crop pixels. To apply your transformation, you can hit this check mark or hit enter on your keyboard. Now you're going to have your cropped picture and your levels adjustment. Here in your history, you're going to see everything that you did. So if you wanted to go back to the very start, if you want to go to where you modified that, where you cropped it, that's it. So now we're going to go ahead and save it. So to have this pop up in Lightroom, what we're going to do is we're going to hit File, and we're going to go to Save. Control S is a shortcut. You're going to see the save status up here. You'll also see your file number and the percent of your zoom. And that's it. Now if you toggle back to Lightroom, you should see your new image as well as the original.